channel. I am Angela Jones, and I will help you go through this journey of positive inspiration together. I want to address a few things. So, in life, we are granted blessings by God. We are granted the opportunity in certain areas and aspects of our life. But sometimes what we think is going to be there permanently, we take for granted. Like within a relationship, we take somebody for granted because he or she sits there and says, I'll wait for you, I'll stay with you, I'll be there for you, I can't wait. And they mean it. But also, if you are willing to sit there and take the time away from somebody and not spend some time with that person, not commit and be devoted and all that kind of stuff, it does kind of drive a wedge between people. This is what I mean is, let's say we have a guy named Jamal and a woman named Elizabeth, okay? They live on two sides of the separate world. Jamal believes in staying busy all the time. He wants to stay busy. But he doesn't understand the fact that him taking a lot of that time that used to go to Elizabeth, the one that he loves, and she was so happy. She looked forward to talking to him. He doesn't understand that she's kind of drifting or growing distance because he is taking that time away from her. So she's converting that time and that affection and stuff into somebody or something else because of the fact that those people are coming in to be part of her life. And while the man that she truly loves is growing distant because he wants to keep taking that time away from her. He wants to keep on, and he tells her that he doesn't want to, but he does it. And then he apologizes and says he's sorry. Sorry can only do so much. But if you're not, you can say sorry all day long. But if you don't change the action behind that sorry, then honestly, you're not sorry. It's basically it falls on the empty words and broken promises section, where you tell your spouse that you're sorry about doing something, but yet again you repeat it and you repeat it and you repeat it, and people are just like, well, why does he keep doing that? Why is he doing this? In his mind, he thinks he's a good person because he hears everybody tells him that, but he's not stopping to think, oh wait, the way I treat these people is different than the way I'm treating my love. I'm treating my love like she's just, an option of time consuming for me. When in reality, that's not the case, or should never be the case. He doesn't realize that his actions isn't affecting her. He thinks that she should think differently. She should be general and realistic. No. Okay, so she lives in realistic and reality and the general way most of the time. As human beings, if you grow distance from somebody, it's more likely because there's something going on that that other individual is refusing to change. And that person is just finally getting to her limit of tolerating it. When that happens, yeah, you could hold on to somebody or something that may or may not change. It's one thing to live in a world where you have to thrive to make money to survive and all that kind of stuff. It's another to be in a world where you put everything before the one that you love. And God creates people for everybody individually. But God never once created a woman or even a man to feel isolated, feel like they're not wanted or cherished or loved by by the person that they are loved. So Jamal is wrong in a way. Yeah, his intentions to his half of the world is great, but his intentions to his woman is not being very good at the moment, because he thinks that since she said she'll wait for him, she wants to marry him, she wants to spend the rest of her life with him, that he can kind of in a way abuse that trust, that commitment, that everything she's putting into him. He thinks it's always going to be there, despite the fact of how he acts or treats her. Honestly, no. There's only so much couples can tolerate about stuff like that, and then they eventually just let go and move on to somebody or something else that is a lot better. It hurts at the moment, but what hurts also helps. There are couples that endures everything and they come out triumphant, but that's a hard individuals to be, due to the fact that there's just a lot of heartbreak in that, behind that story of theirs. Don't, to the men out there, do not be like Jamal. I will beg you for that one. Don't sit there and take your woman's love and her time and affection and stuff for granted. Because then, sooner or later, you're going to wake up alone and wonder why, where it went wrong. And it's natural to try to blame it on the other person. Don't blame it on her. She's the one putting in everything while you're not even putting in half. So my suggestion for everybody is to meet each other halfway. Give each other that time, even if it is 30 minutes to about an hour out of your day or your night. Do it. It will help your relationships tremendously. Don't mistreat people. Don't take them for granted. Sometimes you have to learn that the most important and priority people in your life is your loved one, your mom and your family, your children, and God. Those are the only people that's going to stand behind you through thick and thin. Everybody else that you're doing things for, they're going to forget about who you are. They're not going to remember anything you teach them. They're just going to let whatever it is go. And they're going to move on to somebody else. So please, take what I say to heart, think about it, ponder over it, and find out in your own relationships where you as an individual is taking your person for granted, and go back and fix it, and don't do it, and try very hard not to do it again. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.